G'day everybody. I figured we'd take a little look around at the fruit trees today. It's sunnier. So these are my little pink guava seedlings. They're doing pretty good. I put some apple seeds in here just to see if I can get any of them to sprout. This Grumachama needs to be repotted. I just repotted this misty blueberry because it was dying. I managed to kill this little moringa tree, and I also repotted this longan and this wampy. Sorry, I got green ants. I just had to get away from those bloody green ants. I also managed to kill this little lemon tree, so I might try and graft a branch from the one up the back onto my little lime tree or something. But I got this other little blueberry, Biloxi, that's doing really good. I've got two kinds of raspberries, and I figured these must have been autumn-bearing raspberries, but they didn't really make fruit. But they're starting to get flower buds all over them now. So this one, which is already fruited, it's getting more flowers now. Probably the same with this one over here, which fruited in winter. And I have seen this one, which is summer-bearing raspberries, start to produce a few flowers there, but I only have the one or two canes from last year. The apple trees are still doing all right. I'll take these off so you can have a look in a minute, but I had to stake this one up just because it was leaning over way too much. I also removed one apple from there just because I didn't want the branches to break. But I'll take this off and I'll give you a look at how they're doing. So there's one. As you can see, it's starting to get pretty big. I have ordered some different bags, so hopefully they're a bit easier to use. So my little pepino's doing really well. It's starting to flower again. It still has one piece of fruit. I had to put it in a bag just because I had caterpillars eating them all. Oh no, something's picked it off there. That one. What else? I've got little Alpine Strawberries doing good here. They'll probably need to be repotted, but hopefully they'll fruit sometime this year. Got my little grape down here. Still need to clear a space and plant that out, but I might just pot it up into a bigger pot in the meantime. So the blueberries are doing pretty good. They're starting to ripen now. So this one here, the Gulf Coast, it doesn't really have a lot on there, but this Sunshine Blue has the majority of them. You can see they're all starting to ripen now. That's a pretty big one actually. So yeah, I'm going to try and save a few of those. I've just been pulling them off and eating them whenever I'm out here. One of my thornless blackberries that's come back to life. So this is from one of the cuttings that I took, but it's now the only one that survived. So I'll have to pot that up again too. And same with the gold raspberry, it's doing really good. It's starting to put on a few canes, so those will bear fruit next year, I think. So I'll pot that up at some point as well. So the little lime tree is doing well. The Tahitian lime, you can see there's fruit everywhere, and it's been flowering non-stop and dropping a lot of that. But we might get a couple of little limes off there by the end of the year. And this is the branch that I grafted on of the kaffir lime. You can see the kaffir lime leaves, and it's starting to flower as well, so that's pretty good. My mandarin is doing really good. It's flowering, it's grown a little bit of new growth there, a bit there. The blood orange is absolutely covered in small oranges. Again, they won't be ready till next year, and I'll assume that it'll drop most of them. And yeah, the same with the Navelina, dwarf Navelina orange. You can start to see some little fruits. As for my little pink finger lime, it did have a piece of fruit on it, but that's it there, so it didn't get very big. And it dropped too. But yeah, it's put on, all of this is new growth in the last couple of weeks. All of that there. So yeah, hopefully it'll flower again soon, and we'll get a few little limes off of that. So I've got my little strawberry patch over here. The ones that have survived anyway, they're looking really good. Lots of new growth. Well, this one even has a little strawberry on it, so it's good to know they'll produce fruit in this spot, because I wasn't sure if it would get enough light or not. But yeah, they look alright. I've planted some sunflowers in there, but I don't think they've come up yet, so oh well. I've got these few little strawberries in pots. Obviously this one's a bit crappy, they'll probably need to be repotted, but I have been meaning to put down some fertilizer on these just so that they'll produce something. This one does have a couple of little strawberries starting, but yeah, they just haven't been fed for a while. You can see these ones are struggling a bit, and this one's just way too crowded, but I just don't have anywhere to break them up and put them on. So. And I've repotted this little acerola, the Barbados cherry. It did flower, was starting to flower, all the little flower buds fell off. One managed to flower, so I'll put a photo of that up probably as the thumbnail and give you a look at that. But it's doing really well since it's been repotted. This is my pink guava, and the guavas are doing good. You can see there's little flower buds starting there, pretty much everywhere. So this is the first time this pink guava has flowered, and hopefully we'll get some fruit off of some of these little flower buds. My Mexican cream guava, it's starting to flower again as well. I was expecting it to grow a few more leaves before it started flowering, but oh well. You can see they're starting to come everywhere, so that's good, something to look forward to. And this red cherry guava has started to flower as well. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. So I've had problems with the yellow cherry guava, which is this one, which is it drops a lot of its flowers after they bloom. So I've repotted this one because it was in a crappy bag, and I do need to repot the yellow one as well, so I just haven't gotten around to it yet. But yeah, I'm hoping some of these flowers will form a bit of fruit, because they're absolutely everywhere. And I've managed to kill my olive tree. I think I just didn't water it often enough and it all dried up. So I put a bit of mulch down and I clipped a few leaves off and a few branches off. And it is still green under the bark, so there might be a little bit of life left in it. We'll just have to wait and see on that one, I think. The banana's doing really well, except for where it died last year. Another one has sprouted, if you can even see that tiny one there, so I might have to break that one off, just because I don't think I'll be able to dig them up. I did have another one here, but it broke off. So yeah, hopefully this will have a bit of time to get a bit bigger before next winter. The dwarf mulberries are pretty much finished. Now I know you can make these produce fruit again by trimming them, but I'd rather wait for them to get a bit bigger before I start doing that. There is a mulberry tree up the road actually where I've been pinching mulberries off, because yeah, they're really a lot bigger than these ones. And all the bare root fruit trees are still doing all right. All the apples along the back here. I did actually have a few fruit forming on this one, but I did cut them off. And you can see it's still got a couple of little flower buds. My peach, I might need to get some like copper spray because it looks like I'm starting to get some leaf curl. So I was kind of hoping to avoid that, but not really anything else you can do about it, I don't think. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's just a few little leaves. Look a bit misshapen. As for this almond, I was expecting it to grow out a bit more, but I don't know if it's just supposed to grow little leaves like that. Grow slowly, I guess. Whereas this apricot has gone mad. You can see all of these red growth is all new growth. So that whole branch there is all new. Alright, well that's about everything as far as fruit trees go, so I'll catch you next time and have a good one.